Morning. Hello out there. It is Thursday, February 18th at 11:11. It's another cold day, so I'm drinking actually my second cup of coffee today. And it's so wintry here, and you kind of feel a little trapped in your house when it's this cold and our roads haven't even been plowed yet. Good morning. Morning, Heather. Morning, Will. So I thought I'd wear my new t-shirt, Kermie, with his banjo. See if I can bring some sun to everybody today, no matter where you are. And let's see, morning, morning, morning. And if it's your first time here, we will be looking at the Entrepreneur Oracle deck, which you'll see right here. We will also look at some of the crystals and other products left on our site. And of course, we will pull some cards. So awesome. I guess my theme is purple and green today. So I brought my amethyst mala out. And of course, green is my favorite color. So let me know how you're feeling today. Let me know if you're here in the comments. And we will get started. Who's out there? We've still got a couple minutes. I know sometimes I was actually not sure if we were going to have power because they kept talking about power outages and all kinds of things. So I knew today would be kind of, had to be flexible with what it was going to be, but everything's working, so that's great. Okay, we will go ahead and start. Again, we're going to be using the Entrepreneur Oracle deck, which is the tool I created with my friend Kathy Weiss. It's a 44 card deck with a 138 page guidebook. All the cards are full color, glossy and matte finishes, so it makes it easier to hold. They're just the right thickness, so not too stiff. They're easy to shuffle, and anybody can use them, so they're definitely beginner friendly, and kids love them as well. So here's some of the items we have currently in our store, and I'd like to open up a special offer that any orders this week and while supplies last will receive a free selenite piece with your order. So these are really awesome to keep by your computer, or you can put it in any room, and it's supposed to cleanse negative energy and sort of it's like a filter. That's sort of how I think about it. So if you order any crystals or a deck this week, you will get a free selenite with your order. So let's put those aside. And today I want to focus again on this lovely piece of quartz, which actually is on sale starting today. So drop the price to $20 for this really amazing piece of quartz, which you can find on our store. So let's just take a look at that. If you go to entrepreneurauracle.com, click up here on the EO shop, it'll take you directly to our store and all the items that we have in stock. Of course, the deck, but there's also some sprays and oil and a couple of other pieces. A couple, more like a few. And we will keep replenishing those. So we've also got the Shungite Bracelet on sale this week. So the clear quartz is here. Again, on sale, $20 instead of $22. It's a really amazing, heavy piece of quartz. And quartz is all about clarity and manifestation. This high vibrational stone will help you clear your mind and focus. By harnessing your thoughts and clear actions, you will be able to make better choices and decisions. A clear mind will allow you to manifest all your dreams and reality. Hey, that seems like a pretty good all-in-one, especially if you're just starting your... Sorry, it's really hard to see this one. So let's go to Me Full. Here we go. See if I can get it up there. There we go. Such a cool piece. It needs a home. So who would like to adopt this lovely crystal? And we are going to, here's all, we've visited all of the pieces actually. So now we will spend some time on our readings, just reusing them. And here's that Shungite bracelet that is now marked down to $8. But for today, I'm going to move that aside. And you'll see here our journal. So this is the other item you get free with any order. So this is an ongoing thing. This is the Entrepreneur Oracle Companion Journal. So you'll receive this once you place your order. It gives you directions about how to use it, a little about how to use the deck again, but I didn't want to repeat all the information that's already inside the guidebook. And then it gives you an example page. So you would put the date, how you're feeling, what questions or why you're coming to the deck. So, excuse me, maybe you're feeling overwhelmed or you just need some guidance. You pick your cards, so you could pick 3, you could pick 1, however many you want. There's a slot for 3. And then once you read your cards and sort of have a moment with those, then you can write your interpretation. So what did you feel when you picked those cards, or did it resonate with you? Anything that comes to mind. So it's really helpful to get your thoughts out, especially if you are stuck in some sort of story, or when you're feeling down or overwhelmed or whatever it is, to get those things out of your head, and writing them down is really helpful. So that's the main reason we wanted to include this journal. Welcome, Debbie. And everybody gets a copy of that when you purchase. So you could see some of the pages that I've already used or filled out, at least at the top. Usually this is when I'm doing them live with you, at least because these examples I have here. So I don't always write down here because I'm working with you guys. But this is exactly how you would use it. You would just put the date, fill out the time, and how you're feeling, your mood, your questions, any of that. So with that, let's get started. So I'll just place, actually just move that out of the way. Find our most lovely angle for that. And let's get started. Also, if you're joining us, this is Coffee and Cards. If it's your first time here, welcome. If it's your returning guest, welcome back. We have a channel on YouTube that you can subscribe to. All of our videos are posted on our YouTube channel. You'll also find them on our website under the blog section of the site. You can rewatch any of them, and really they're going to offer you what you need at the time whenever you watch them. So besides the cards, during our lives we drink coffee. So if you are drinking coffee with me today, let me know what kind. Or if you're not, but you are a coffee or tea drinker, let us know what it is you like to have. I know I really love to have hot coffee when it's cold like this. And of course, I've got my special Entrepreneur Oracle mug. And today I'm having an espresso from Costa Rica. So got a little special blend there. Sometimes when you give yourself special drinks or, you know, those luxuries, you can also heighten your mood or the way you're feeling. It's also a form of self-care. So I don't know if any of you have done the Deepak Chopra 21-day meditation, but that's actually one of the meditations on there is about showing yourself luxury. And luxury doesn't have to be, like I said, buying yourself or money spent on things. Colombian and strong, yes. I definitely like a strong coffee. Have to thank my friend Diane for that. She's the one who taught me how to make coffee strong when I used to work with her. So today's card we're going to look at is help. Let's move that out of the way. The help you seek will guide you back to your heart. So I'd like to also place this quartz right on that. To me, sometimes not sometimes, the crystals definitely heighten whatever the message is that the card brings. So we will look at our guidebook today for help. Actually, the beginning of the week, we pulled, what did we pull at the beginning of the week? If anybody remembers, put it in the comments. I think it was, it's hard to remember because I pull so many cards. So what we like to do is on Monday, pull a card that sort of gives us an idea of what the week is going to look like, or things to be aware of throughout the week, or something a little extra we might need, just for some awareness. So on Thursday, I like to look at what we did Monday, how our week has been. And so a lot of times it's a reflection of what we've learned during the week, or it could also be an extension of more to come. So help, let's look at that. There is proper help and improper help. It always comes down to how you feel. Each person you bring into your world and awareness to guide you and assist you on your path is doing so from their perspective. That perspective they bring is valid and has something to offer you. What they offer you is this: the wisdom they bring in alignment with your heart, desires, and goals. Sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes the answer is no. It is always a test of sorts. How willing are you to stay true to your heart? How prepared are you to understand that sometimes the help you seek has not yet arrived? Or that the help you seek is guiding you back to your heart and what you already know. And sometimes the help is in an area where you have no knowledge, wisdom, expertise, or experience. You must choose whether to accept the help or not, and the underlying experience and lessons that help will bring. All help brings lessons. All help brings growth and expansion. What you perceive as proper help will bring about external growth and development. What you perceive as improper help will bring about internal growth and expansion. Both are good, both are necessary, both propel you forward in some way. Every experience is personal and valid. Understanding each other's experiences instead of convincing others of our own breeds compassion and acceptance. Receive the help you need along this path, and remember this well: the path is, ever was, and always will be a spiritual one. So that's a really, it's a good combination to have this clear quartz with the help, because it gives you clarity on what kind of help, or if you need to follow the help, or my favorite part of this one is this, and I'll read it again. And I think this is really relevant to right now in the world. Understanding each other's experiences instead of convincing others of our own breeds compassion and acceptance. So I want you to hear that: compassion and acceptance. Don't we all need a little bit more of that, whether it's for ourselves or the people around us, or the people not even around you? Thank you, Joanna, and welcome. If anybody would like me to pull a card for them, just let me know in the comments and we will get started on that. And remember, help is always out there. You just need to ask for it. But you also have to be willing to receive it, which is not, it seems like that would be the easier thing, but sometimes it's not. It really depends on the day or the hour, all of that, right? Because I feel like we're not different people every day, but our where we are at energetically is different. There's actually a card for that. It's called Vibration. Um, Talks about the flows of our vibration, not only ours, but the people around you. So um, just to be aware that it's always changing. Debbie, okay, let's pull a card for Debbie. And if any of you are out there watching and want to share the live as we're going, please feel free to do so. We would love the support. So tools, which is another, let's move this over a little bit. Tools. So we're going to keep the help card there because that's sort of the foundation of today's reading. And then for each individual that gets a card pulled for them, if I can get my, I like to put them all different ways. So tools for Debbie. So Debbie, some tools you have, some you learn, some you pay others to provide for you. So to me, that really goes along with the help card. Let's see if we can get a little more light on that so you could see it a little better. It's looking a little dark there, but I think it's just the glare of the snow outside. So let me move it in this direction a little bit. So this is a really interesting picture because I took this when I was in Galapagos. We actually hiked up a volcano, and this is layers of lava that melted, and then more than one time of an eruption, and so there's different swirls and textures. And what's really amazing about this dried material is that it's so light and porous. But it just keeps building upon each other, right? Which is kind of like tools. So tools you learn, some you already have inside you, and some you need from others. So whether you pay them for it or you ask them for it, there's still an exchange of energy there. This is a reminder that we are not supposed to do everything alone. So take off some of that pressure of having to know and do everything. We need lots of tools, and they are available in different places. So keep collecting your tools, keep those channels open, and the help will come. So there you go, Debbie. I hope that gave you some insight. Awesome. Thanks, Joanna, for sharing. It's funny, the oracle cards, because even when I created them, I felt sort of not nervous about sharing them, but just felt like maybe people wouldn't be into it. And what I love about this deck particularly is it's so encompassing or broad. It's more about giving you hope and motivation, and helping you work through your emotions. And even if you aren't into what some people describe as like metaphysical or woo-woo, whatever you want to call it, it still works for you. So, and that was the whole point. So for people in corporate, people working from home, teachers, people running their own business, basically anybody going through this whole COVID and societal changes we've had in the last year, almost year and a half, just helping you get through that. So let's see. Oh, good. Just made a purchase. Awesome. So Heather, and then we have Joanna. So Heather, your card for today to go along with with help is value. Each person decides what is of value to them, which means not everybody sees what we see. kind of brings up that saying about one person's trash is another person's treasure. And I think that really relates to you and some of the things that are happening in your life right now. And then in conjunction with this help card, um, knowing that there is help in deciding what kind of help you want, you get to decide what the value is of that help. And this card came out at the same time, so I'm going to put that one down for you too. And that's the alone card. These cards actually look like they're sort of family members, right? So alone, you are never alone, not really. This is a reminder that even though we're feeling isolated or alone or our situation is different, there is somebody out there that has experienced or is experiencing the same thing. And you are never alone. Even if you are physically sitting alone at home, you are never alone. So just remember that. Help, value, and alone for you. And Joanna, yes, let's get a card for you. Love to climb volcanoes. Yes, Will was with me when we climbed the volcano, and when I took some of these other pictures, this was, I believe this one was at the equator here, and this was on an island in the Galapagos. I can't remember if it was San Jose or Santa something or other, but that's where that picture was taken as well. So got some really amazing photos in the deck. We've got locations such as Paris, Galapagos, the equator. We've got a lot of pictures in nature. We've got, let's see, all the photos. So many great photos that illustrate the messages that go with the cards. So it's not just the words on the cards, it's the pictures and the colors, everything. Thank you, Joanna. Everything is coordinated. So you could look at this card and without the words and sort of feel what it is we were trying to put forth. So they go together. If you're a visual person, you'll look at the image more. If you like words, you will look there. And the combination of the two makes it even more. And then each card has even more insight inside the guidebook. So Joanna, let's get one for you. And these are all photos that I took and all original artwork, everything done intuitively and for this project specifically. So it's a really special deck. Looks like, okay, here we go. Joanna, sit. This is a really great one, but also can be somewhat difficult, right? I'm gonna make sure you could see all the colors in there. Commit to a practice that filters out daily noise for you to hear what lies within. So there's a lot of daily noise right now, right? And you can compare, or like if you look at the news and if you watch the news, and that's fine, you know, I'm not judging if you watch the news or don't watch the news, but it's a lot of noise. So if you can't take the time to filter that out, you won't know what's your feelings and what's coming from all the things going on around you. And that's why that card also has a lot of different colors, because where you think about the physical action of sitting, oh, that's easy, I'll just sit down. But a lot of people stay in motion when they don't want to hold still, because that's when the feelings come up. So that's where those pinks and sort of those, what I consider to be more like anxious feeling colors come in, but you'll notice that there's lots of different places. So even as you're sitting, you can become comfortable, anxious, comfortable, happy, uncomfortable. You know, there's all of these places you can go within that sit. But unless you sit and stop and slow down, you're not really going to know what it is that you feel versus what your environment is putting onto you and the things going around you. So sit. Oh, okay. You're doing a lot of courses, challenges, and webinars. So yeah, and a lot of times we like to keep ourselves busy because it feels better, right? But maybe, and it's okay to take all of those things, but take some time also between them or at the end of the day or beginning of the day to just sort of check in with yourself, basically. And that's actually, let me look at the guidebook here because that's another section of the guidebook is a lot of the cards have what I call is a navigation section. And that is designed to help you navigate through. So if you're already feeling all the things, like you're already there, you've gone down the rabbit hole, you're feeling like you need to just, you need help through the emotion or the pit you're getting through. And for sit, the suggestion for that is do you know the difference? Is there a difference? When you are unsure, reach for your guides for answers. So it's actually a continuation of the rest of the message, but what it means, as it explains in the message, is what I was talking about, the external noise versus the internal noise. Can you tell the difference? Sometimes we can't. And sometimes it's just where we are that day. So just know that each day we can ask these same questions, we can make different decisions. No decision is the end all decision because you can make a decision, evaluate, and make a new decision. So what you need to do is observe. Observe, is this my feeling? Is this my anxiety? Is this my whatever it is, can I tell the difference between the two? And that's it. You don't have to be able to stop it or you don't, get to like never having the feelings again. It's just being able to observe it. So try to take yourself to the observer level. And then as you do that more, you'll be able to tell, why am I feeling anxious? Like this, I don't really feel anxious, but I'm standing next to this person that, is sort of swirling. Um, so filtering out us versus everything else. You're so welcome, Joanna. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And I hope you'll come back and I hope you'll get a deck to use for yourself because the magic in this deck is not necessarily me. I created it, but I created it as a tool for other people to use. So it's not just for me, it's for each one of you. In the cards, as one of my colleagues had put it after she got her deck, is they are eerily accurate. So you won't be disappointed. And again, if you get your deck while supplies last, you'll get that free small piece of selenite with your order. So is there anybody else out there that would like a card? So I would love to pull another one for you. Or if you have questions, feel free to put those in the comments. It's beginner friendly, so you don't have to be, like I said, you don't have to be out there with the metaphysical or even know anything about it. There's directions in the front of the guidebook. All you need to do is be able to shuffle and pull a card, and that's it. And a lot of kids really love them. So I know I call her my niece, Abby. She likes to pull her 3 cards every day. And, she's a little kid. And then my other friend, her daughter, she likes to pull them also. And they send me pictures of them holding their cards. So it's kind of nice because can be applied to anything. If you're a religious person, you can totally apply it to that. And it talks about that in the book. If you like to look at things as like universal or Mother Nature, like however you want to look at it, this deck is totally open for any use. So I know how powerful they are, which is why I self-funded, self-published, did all the things to make this happen in the midst of COVID. So, this deck, this idea, can survive all of that. And as that sort of fades away, it will help you thrive even in times where you're feeling stress, overwhelm, anxiety. Well, even when you're feeling good or you just want some help making a decision, that you can go to the cards with things like, should I start this new business idea? Should I invest in this stock? Or, whatever it is, you can ask the questions. It could be more personal, like, am I, self-sabotaging, or am I reading into things too much? There's a card about expectations. So let us know if you have any questions. So there are so many decks out there, Joanna. I like this question. What would you say is the primary purpose of your deck, or any deck? My deck particularly was created based on my experience of running my business from home by myself. Um, and until last year, when everybody was sort of forced to home or work from home, most people, unless you were an entrepreneur, didn't understand what that felt like. And there's lots of courses out there, as you were saying you were doing a lot of challenges, webinars, courses, and all of those are so great. And there's so many things you learn from that. But no one was helping me, and this is my experience and how I created it, um, with the emotions that come up with running your business. So a lot of times I would go to bill someone and then I would think, oh, I charged too much. I shouldn't charge that much. It only took this amount of time. Or not feeling like I know enough, or who am I to think I could start this business or sell these services, or a client being really negative, or not setting correct boundaries for projects or people. And that's why I created this deck. It just so happened to come before COVID and then come to life during COVID, which then opened up the audience to anybody working from home, anybody living during this time, teachers teaching from home, parents trying to teach their kids from home, running your own business, all of it. So the idea is to help you navigate your emotions. So there's even though it started geared towards entrepreneurs, that's because the experience of an entrepreneur is the same experience as all of these other things. So um, there's so many decks out there. I have lots of decks, and I think that there's a use for each one of them. I have one that's about health. I have one that's like a softer sort of angel one. We actually have another deck in on the in the works right now, all having to do with money and emotions and feelings surrounding money. So that's another one we'll be working on. Yeah, so I would, if you're feeling called to order this deck, I would encourage you to do that. It's a great place to start. It's a really great quality deck. But then also explore all the others. I have tarot decks. Um, I have archetype decks. I mean, there's so many. So I wouldn't even try to guess how many there are out there in the world. There's so many, right? But I think just like with books or speakers or teachers, there's a place for each one of them, because we all connect to them very differently. So I kind of look at it like a yoga class and a teacher in a class, where some people might like the style of a teacher, other people might not. But there's another teacher that this person will connect with, because actually when you look at even self-help books and that sort of thing, like everybody has their own way of saying the same thing, but it's just which one can you hear. So I hope that helps you, Joanna, and thanks for asking the questions. I appreciate that. And let's see if we've got anybody else here that would like a card. Looks like we sold our Shungite bracelet. That's awesome. The quartz, I believe, is still available, as are some of the other items. We could take a look. Our website is entrepreneuraoracle.com. If you click all the way in the upper right to buy the deck, that will take you directly to the page to put the deck in your cart. Got some pictures of the cards. If you scroll down a little bit more, you'll get samples of some of the cards you've seen today, like value, but there's 44 cards all together, and you'll receive the journal free. But in our store, we also have a few other really cool items. All of the items have been used here on our lives. So they've already got a really cool, oh, someone did buy the clear quartz. Awesome. We've got some hematite, some calcite, some jasper. These pyrite pieces are really lovely. I'm not really that upset that they haven't left yet, but you know, I can't keep all of them. So take a look, see what you think. We've got one roller still available, one moon spray. We're sold out of the sage spray. And I'd like to get some more items here and going. So I hope you have enjoyed the reading today. Please like us on Facebook, Instagram. You can subscribe to YouTube. And if you have any questions, just message me on any of those and I will be happy to help you. So if no one else would like a card, where are you shipping from? I am shipping from West Virginia in the US. So I see, are you out of country? I know that there's only domestic shipping available on the site, but if you are from out of the country, I will work with you, of course, to get a deck to you. The shipping just will be different. But I will get you the lowest rate I could possibly do and get you some cards. Oh, Debbie, yes, I said there were some health cards too. The one I have is Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle cards. And that one is by Doreen Virtue. I like the messages in that deck, but the cards are all, they're glossy on both sides and they're hard to handle to me. They're also really stiff. They're great cards. I just think I use them less because they're harder to handle. That was one of the reasons I made our cards matte and gloss so that you could keep a grip on them. And it's the same with the side that has the images. The images are glossy, but where the words are so that you could still read it with no glare from any lighting is in matte as well. So Joanna, if you want to message me, we could talk about how we can get one to Spain to you. And I would be happy to do that. Again, thank you everyone for being here and hope you have a lovely day wherever you are, wherever you are in your vibration, wherever you are in your location and your energy. Just remember, every day we get to start again. And I'm happy that you've started or ended or continued yours with us here at the Entrepreneur Oracle. Thank you so much, Debbie, Joanna, Heather, Mom, Will, thank you for helping me out. And I hope everybody has a great day. And we will talk again Monday, same time, 11:11 a.m. Eastern time, and same time on Thursday. So every Monday and Thursday. You're so welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. And Kermit sends you love too. Happy Thursday, everyone.